So quickly help me with your doubts, Kasturi.
Sir, I don't have a proper schedule.
Okay.
Like, as in, I don't have a schedule from maybe, divided in slots, and I don't know exactly what to study when. That is a problem. You asked me to solve few RTPs, so I have solved them, and I have downloaded few more if I have to solve them further.
So what was your experience of spending some 4 to 5 days, right, on RTPs?
Sir, there were few questions which I did not see before. So I did half of it. I was in doubts regarding few entries. So I kept them aside. I went back to the book again after I solved the paper. And I saw where I was going wrong, and I did them again.
Okay.
Like that.
So what do you think are the current areas which you need to work upon? What do you think are the areas of improvement?
I think I need to practice more. I need to redo these RTPs, I think, to get more confident. First thing. And second thing is, sir, regarding the theory papers, like audit and all, audit, ITSM, audit, I could still write something, but then I felt that it needs more depth. Whatever I'm writing needs more knowledge. Maybe I need to put it in a better way. My language is not correct, maybe.
Okay.
Like, as in, I'm not being able to put in the keywords, maybe, or the section numbers or something like that.
Okay. Coming to IT and SIM, do you have any specific issues with that?
Sir, when it comes to MCQs, these days we have the 15 marks MCQ, the pattern of MCQ, 15 for IT and 15 for SM. So I find it, I am able to solve maybe 5, 6 or 8. The rest of them are like, I don't know, I feel like I have studied the text less maybe.
Okay.
But I think I need to focus more on the MCQs. I'm not very good with the MCQs, but the theory part, it seems like I can do the theory part. But MCQs, I don't think I'm very confident about them, or I'm being able to solve them correctly.
Okay. So, how is your memory and concentration, matlab, when you're sitting for a study slot of say 3 hours? So how much time you're able to spend on studying without much deviation or distraction?
I can study continuously. Like when I was solving the RTPs, I had to sit down for 3 hours. It is almost like I can sit down for 2 hours, 45 minutes. At the end of 2 hours, 45 minutes, I become restless. I'm like, I have to hurry. After that, I cannot put up. I have to get up after that. So and since it's a question. Yes, sir.
No, 3 hours is manageable for you, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay. So since you're new into this program, I'll quickly tell you what has happened so far. Initially, the moment somebody enters the program, we just want them to understand what is happening with them in a far more clear manner. So the first 4 to 5 days is all about making you spend at least 6 hours. At least 6 hours, when you sit on something for 6 hours systematically, you'll be able to understand what exactly is happening. Like yesterday, even the call with the other counselor which you had, that will give you a preliminary understanding. Now your actual preparation starts from the day where you start filling your PET. So when I say PET, PET is nothing but performance evaluator and tracker. So this is a tool which will help you to understand what is happening with your preparation at any point of time. So what will happen is, if it is not visible, they say that an unwritten goal is just a wish. Matlab, as long as it is not coming on the paper, as long as not coming under the written format, you'll never be able to understand what you know, and you don't know what you don't know. So
yes,
we're trying to bring a lot of clarity. And the traditional method of working on this is preparing a timetable, or probably somebody would be sending you a PDF you stick onto the wall. The problem is this: it works in a way, but what will happen is continuation updation is not possible. Matlab, today, I kind of asked you to do something. By the time you updated, within the next few seconds, I was able to see it because we're working on a live tracker. So this is the first ever time somebody is trying this, where things can happen within a span of seconds. We don't have hours to waste. This is one advantage. And second thing is, now we are working with students all across India. So we are creating problems. We are creating problem statements. So we can help you with certain things. Like it's like your ability to avoid the mistakes which you are going to commit next. So we can avoid those mistakes instead of doing it in the exam. So this PET will help you to understand all of it. How can you benefit from what others are doing, and how can you actually avoid the mistakes which you might do? This is one aspect. The second part is, let's say you have 8 hours per day. You can build your PET for 8 hours a day. Somebody who is working, I'll show you different trackers to give you an idea. Somebody who is working, we also have working moms. We also have people who took a gap of 3 years, 4 years. And the highest gap is 12 years. Somebody has stopped CA in 2008. Now, after looking at what we are doing, he got a sense of optimism and he came back to studies. Imagine 12 years. So when this is happening, what I'm trying to tell you is, you're not the only guy who is facing this problem. So it's universal. It's meant to be so. It's not something very specific. Nothing is wrong with you per se. So when you see all of this big data, when you see all of these comments, when you see all the problems, you'll very well understand that, okay, it's not just me. It is happening to everyone. So it's normal. What you have defined as abnormal becomes normal. So this way, it'll sort out your preparation. It'll bring in some mental equilibrium. So without all those fluctuations, without all those mood swings which happen very frequently, you'll get into a linear mode. From that point, a lot of things becomes easy. See, let's say one fine day when you wake up, you don't have the mood to study, and some other time. So some other time, yeah, that's okay. So some other time you don't have the interest to study. Some other time you don't understand what you're studying. Some other time you don't remember what you're studying. So every day, some different problem is increasing your downtime. So as long as your downtime is maintained, the reason is irrelevant. How does it help? As long as you're not studying, as long as you're not moving towards your syllabus completion, it would not matter. The reasons are irrelevant. Every day, if you're coming with one reason, you'll end up solving your reasons, but you won't end up solving your actual problems in your textbook. You're solving your imaginary problems in the mind. So to put a definite end, this will work. And I'm also telling you, the first phase of working with the tracker, it's slightly cumbersome, because when you see a lot of Excels with blanks, see, for anybody, writing on a white sheet is the most difficult thing. People would write, find it easy to fill in the blank. If I say, write a short note on something, you can't synthesize it, you can't process it, it's difficult. But having said that, once you spend 1 week on this, once you systematically spend 1 week on this, you'll suddenly realize that your capacity to understand something has significantly increased. It's like building a strong foundation, brick by brick. Okay, so give yourself at least a week. The reason why we are doing it today is, you'll be ready by May 31st. You'll be ready by May 31st. June 1st is the point where we are going all out. Completely, we are going all out on June 1st. So June 1st to July 15th, the 45 days. 45 days is the core preparation. If you tell me that you have 10 hours, let's prepare for 10 hours a day, which is like 450 hours.
Sure, I don't have a problem.
But if you say that if you have 8 hours, that's okay. Because anywhere between 8 to 10 hours, it's fine. Especially for IPCC Group 2, where the syllabus is decently manageable. I'm not saying damn easy, I'm not saying difficult, but it's manageable. It's very well manageable and it's sorted. So anywhere between 8 to 10 hours per day would do. If you're able to spend extra, nothing like that. That's wonderful. And number two, apart from what is happening in your tracker, we are trying to add a priority list. I think I have sent it to you, the group 1 wala, for your reference. So it includes the priority A topics. Now the advantage is, it only takes 90 hours to complete these topics. But the syllabus coverage, what it offers is at least 160 marks. So from June 1st to July 15, if you are able to spend 2 hours a day, if you are just able to spend 2 hours a day, that will automatically take you to spending 90 hours by July 15. And most importantly, you will be able to complete 160 marks out of your overall syllabus. So when I say 160 marks, we are talking about 40 marks per subject. We're talking about 40 marks per subject. So 40 marks per subject is this 40 marks is the most important one. Matlab, if you are able to answer this 40 marks in the first 1 hour, if you're able to answer this 40 marks in the first 1 hour, you will gain a lot of confidence and most likely consider your paper is done. So we are working on this particular model where you will be able to complete 40 marks in the first 1 hour, scoring 25 marks out of this. So when you're done with 25 marks, now look at the revised equation. You have 2 hours to complete. You have 2 hours to write your exam, and then you have to score another 15-20 marks. So 2 hours, 15-20 marks, the equation becomes a lot more simpler. It's like the asking rate, the run rate has fallen down drastically. You can play this comfortably. But you won't find the same comfort of A-grade topics because to answer this remaining 60 marks, it's slightly difficult. That's the reason why I'm telling you to score only 30% or 40% of the 60 marks. So first 40 marks, score 60%. Next 60 marks, score 40%. You'll get your 50 marks. That's it. As simple as that. Simple, straightforward, and linear strategy. That is what we're doing. Now I'll help you in understanding the PET. Okay. So before we proceed forward, do you have any questions so far?
Sir, I have this problem with audit. I'm not being able to understand that exactly which places or which chapter needs more attention, because for me, I think I've given equal attention to all the chapters. I don't understand where I'm falling, where I'm lagging behind. Apart from that, accounts I do understand. Every time I'm practicing the same paper maybe, or I'm going through the sum, I do understand that maybe I'm repeating my mistake.
Okay.
I haven't learned from my previous mistake. That is the reason I'm repeating my mistake. So what I do is I try to close the book and do the sum and see if I've done the same mistake or not. But in case of theory paper, we don't get to know. I don't get to know where I'm going wrong because I don't know. That's something I don't know.
Okay, so audit, you are not understanding how to go about it because you're not able to identify the difference between different chapters.
Yes, sir.
That is one aspect. Okay, next, what else?
Next is, so there needs to be, as you said, the priority list, like A grade questions, B grade questions, and C grade ones. They vary into 3 slots. Since I maybe for accounts, I have this division, priority list for A, B, and C. But I cannot do that when it comes to audit somehow.
Okay.
So I cannot, like, I have literally put A to almost all of them because I don't know which to put B or C to, because I have paid, I'm paying like equal amount of hours, spending equal amount of hours on all the chapters. So there are few chapters which need this many, hours of study, and there's some chapters which need just 4 hours maybe, some need 10 hours maybe.
Yes.
So like that, maybe I'm spending more time on the chapter which needs 4 hours.
Okay.
And like that. So.
All right. So what we are going to do is, we'll anyways have 3 different strategies for all the 3 subjects. Accounts is more or less sorted, and then you have audit, and then you have IT, and you have SM. So generally, audit stands in middle. When I say that IT and SM, it's not that, I would say, practical as compared to auditing. Auditing involves some level of practicality. We can't directly call it a pure theory subject. So it's a mix of both. It's an application of mind, and then you need to know some standards. You need to have memorized certain things. And when it comes to strategic management, at a macro level, strategic management is all about strategy. But at your level, for IPCC level, you need to, of course, remember certain things, and you're not exposed to general strategy and all the strategic management at an work level. So it would be slightly superficial for you because you don't understand the end-to-end of it. Having said that, once you get the DNA of it, I can help you with this, because we are very good at making IT and strategic management quite simple. Because a lot of people face struggle in this particular aspect. We spend a lot of time, so you can bank on us blindly. So now what we are going to do is, from June, we are having 4 slots per day. This is the framework. The first slot talks about A grade from morning 6 a.m. From morning 6 a.m. You are having 6 to 8 first study hour. Okay. So 6 to 8, it's a parallel track. It's a separate track where you are focusing on A grade topics of all the subjects.
Okay.
First 10 days, you might be preparing for accounting. Next 15 days, probably auditing. Next 10 days, depending on how you want to spend your time and how much you need. This is track 1. Track 2 is 9 to 12. So 9 to 12, we suggest you to start with auditing. Because if you look at the post-lunch session, 2 to 5, it's not the most productive for many people for multiple reasons. If you are asked to study some theory subject, it may not be very effective. So I would prefer if you do something practical so that you'll be engaged.
Correct, sir.
So 2 to 5 is accounting track. So we'll be completing accounting. Done. And then 9 to 12, after 9 to 12, you'll have a 2-hour strategic break. This 2 hours, I strongly suggest you not to touch anything. Relax as much as possible. Because the reason why people tend to lose productivity is they try to overdo.
Yes.
You need to understand that you have practical limitations. You have cognitive constraints. After a particular time, your brain cannot function with the same efficiency. Even cricketers take a strategic break after 8 hours or 16 hours, whenever it is. They have to refill.
Correct.
You need to do it. You should not bombard yourself with continuous studies. That won't work out. So after 12, you just have to revise for 15 minutes. And then 12:15 to 2 o'clock, you'll have a break. If you want to watch something, do whatever it is. When you're starting at 2 o'clock, it's with a fresh mind, with a fresh framework. That is what you have to start with. Okay. This is the ideology. Yes. Now 2 to 5, one big slot. 2 to 5 is a very crucial and important slot. Once you're done with this, again, I'm giving a break of 1 hour, 5 to 6, where I'll recommend you some breathing techniques if you want to relax. It's simple. Somebody would like to watch Money Heist on Netflix and want to relax. Somebody wants to do meditation. It's up to you. You can relax in the way you want to do it. From 6 to 8 p.m., this is another slot where we'll be having IT for certain days, SM for certain days. Because it's a linear track. For first 15 days IT, next 15 days SM. So this way you'll be able to completely cover your syllabus by June end. June end tak ho jayega pura. And we'll give you grace period of 1 week to fill up the backlogs, where you'll have to go back and see what will happen. And this include a 5-phase revision. Everything you study, you'll be able to revise 5 times effectively. 5 times.
Okay.
It's difficult to believe, but we have built it that way because that's what we have been doing. The last 1 decade, see, I have been working on human brain, nothing else. Even if you talk about my chartered accountancy, cost accountancy, my civils, everything, it's all about using my brain in a particular way. These are all byproducts. My focus was on how to master human intelligence. That's the name of our brand, as simple as it. So you can trust us on this. You can be rest assured that your retention capacity will increase from 50 to 60%. 50 to 60% from where you stand, you can directly increase, okay? And then once you move towards the first week of July, this is where things get fishy. You'll slightly feel a bit terrified, no matter what we say. The exam fear or the exam fever kicks in. And you'll suddenly realize that there are a lot of issues which are left out, many things. Even on the last day of the exam, you still have something left out. One of your friend calls you that, have you revised the latest amendment? You will realize that you have not revised it. So all this nonsense happens. So we will train you how to tackle each of the situation. We are building case studies. Let's say on examination day, we will identify what could go wrong. I worked with EY for a couple of years. So before we get into something, we'll first focus on, if I'm doing this, what could go wrong? If I'm doing that, what could go wrong? So once you have a solution for the potential problem, it's no longer a problem.
Right.
We'll train you with this. You don't have to worry. So everything is outsourced. You have outsourced all your problems to us. So I'll take care of that. And the most important phase is from July 16 to July 28. This 12 days. If you're writing one group or both groups, the phase will be divided accordingly. So you'll roughly have 4 days per subject. This is called super revision. So far you have been preparing. You have been preparing with revision of component of 10-15%. But now 100% is revision. You're not studying anything extra. Even if you missed out one chapter or two, that's okay. We're not dealing with this. July 16th is a hard deadline where you'll pick up something only for revision. You'll completely revise it big time. Okay. So everything gets consolidated. if you are spending 50 hours, okay, if you're spending 50 hours or 40 hours for revision here, you just need to move into the last revision with 50% of the time. So when you have to write the exam on July 30th, or the next exam on August 1st. So when you have that 1.5 day gap, you only have 20 hours to study. So what you have revised for 40 hours earlier, you should be able to, or you will be able to complete it within, say, 20 hours. Because our principle is simple. If something is not revised, you can assume that it has not been read. So your preparation is what you have revised. That's it. As simple as it. As long as it is not revised, it's not read. That's it. That is how it works. And even before the day before the exam, how do you break down that 180 minutes into systematical schema? And how do you put in your efforts in the first 3 hours? Because after 2 hours, you'll have some cognitive drop. You cannot focus. So how should you overcome that? We'll give you all biohacks also. My wife being a doctor will help you with the nutrition tips and all. It'll take care of everything, right? So this is the overall scheme of things. Midway, your confidence will go up, your confidence will go down. Just like the lighting which is happening up and down, your confidence will dance. So we are ready for that. We're absolutely ready for all of that. Okay. So you don't have to worry about your mood swings, which keep changing every now and then. One day you are overconfident, other day you are least confident. So both of the things are possible. Both might hamper your preparation, but that's okay. That's okay because it's all part of the game. Now, apart from this, we will help you with something called mind mastery sessions. When I say mind mastery session, we have identified list of 10 problems. One could be concentration, one could be focus, one could be procrastination, one could be laziness, and something can be as simple as negative thoughts and depression, all of this. So for each and every specific problem, we'll have a workshop. It's not a webinar. It's not a one-way webinar. We'll involve you. We'll give you an activity. By the end of that workshop, you will be able to sort it to the reasonable extent. That's it. See, I'll give you enough amount of focus for you to go ahead and clear IPCC Group 2. That focus may not be sufficient for you to become an archer. So that's a different level of focus. But we'll definitely give you what is needed for your exam. That's it. So that will anyways happen. Now, this is the overall scenario. Since we have not had this call before, so I'm explaining you everything. Now, what I'll do is I'll quickly share you the draft of PET. Please understand that our model, our mentorship model works in such a way that you will be able to handle all the challenges yourself. Otherwise, what will happen is what you prepare for the exam is quite different from what the exam is going to throw you. Nobody can predict ICA. It's very tough and difficult. And the exam is meant to test you for what you have not prepared. That is always the case. So no matter what you prepare, it is always testing you for what you have not prepared. So this is how it works. So throughout the training process, throughout the mentorship process, we'll create a lot of self-dependency. We'll create a lot of mental, I would say, resilience, which will be able to help you face the bouncers in the examination. It's not about a particular question. It's about your reaction to a particular question. Okay, you saw this question. You might not remember it directly, but you are sure it has come from your small little textbook, a textbook of 5 chapters. It's not going to miss. It's like that missing cloth in your wardrobe. You just have to find it properly. You just have to relax and find it. So we'll help you with all of that. Okay. Now PET in the next 10 minutes, what I'll do is I'll give you a quick overview of how PET works. I'm not going to write it for you, but I'll show everything which is needed for you to gain a better understanding. Okay. And then I'll give you 3 days. I'll give you 3 days to start preparing. At the same time, you can start working on the PET as well. Both will happen parallelly. After 3 days, you are right now at ground 10%. Now you're at 10%. Then you'll move from 10 to 60 to 70%. You'll still have some, that's okay. So next iteration, either me or one of your counselors or we are trying to attach study buddies to make. Yesterday you had a discussion with on accounting concept, right? So that discussion is better done with somebody who is at the same level. You'll feel far more comfortable. Otherwise, you might not be very comfortable sharing everything with me. So we are facilitating that aspects also. So after 3 days, you'll reach 70%. And after that, in the next 4 days, you'll be able to reach 80 to 90%. and the rest 10% will continuously improve. That is how it works. And based on your preparation, we'll upgrade the plan for you. We'll upgrade the plan. When I say upgradation, these are not chargeable, but these are just additional services which are given to you because of your performance. Because at the end of the day, we want maximum people to clear your exam. That's our ideology. As a startup, this is what I wanted to happen. So we are very much open to go to any extreme if the student is putting their best, if she's dedicated. We'll ensure that you'll make sure you'll reach a point where it's impossible to fail. That's their ideology. So you should be so comfortable and confident that you just cannot fail. That is the ideology. Okay. Now I'll quickly share you my screen where you will be able to understand what is there in your PET. Okay, so I'll show you some PETs of different students. So every PET is customized. So there is a student name. In the first page, you'll get some updates. Like we'll recommend some videos which needs to be watched. So you'll have the direct links because in YouTube we have a lot of videos. So this PET is built in such a way that it is self-sufficient for you. If you are entering this PET, you'll have everything. You don't have to go to some other platform. Okay. And it will systematically explain what are the various stages and how exactly you should phase your preparation and all. So this is the first sheet. And it gets frequently updated. And next is this is a summary sheet. Okay. So summary sheet, we are giving 360 hours in total. So he wanted to study for 12 hours a day initially, but then he had some issues. So we are slightly changing it. So we made it blank once again. So for you, it could be 240, it could be 300, it could be 420, depending on how much you want to study. And this is a May planner. He had joined in May. Okay. Now, if you look at all of this, the structure would be same for everyone. If you look at any particular tracker, so this is what we have given you, like this structure, that structure, because this is a framework. This is only a framework. Now I'll tell you where the customization part comes, how one tracker would be different from other trackers. Now this is Priyanka's PET. If you look at it, she picked up the first slot for auditing. She is working. यहाँ पे she has taken my permission and यहाँ पे 3 दिन कुछ नहीं किया. So पूरा office का work है 3 दिन तक. We cannot do anything about it. Probably it could be a bank audit, it could be something. It is extremely important for her to spend those 3 hours in 3-hour slots systematically. For somebody, they might need more time. They might take a 1-week break because of what they are doing. So everybody has their commitments. So you need not worry about what others are doing. You just can build a tracker depending on what is working for you, what you can do. Okay, this is where you update it. So day 1, what are you planning to do? See, it is a perspective planner. You're planning in advance. So here you mentioned that nature of auditing, done. Buyback, done. Debentures, done. For some people who had some issues with using a laptop or internet, what we have done is, if you're not able to have access to laptop for 1 week, you can note down everything into a single white sheet. You can update everything after a week. So whatever works. So in substance or form, as long as you're studying, everything is fine. So this way, this is a priority component. So she wanted to study company accounts on 6th May. So now if you come back and look at 6th May, here she has changed it. So she wanted to study company accounts here. Now she has updated ESOP in that particular category. So now I will strongly suggest everyone and recommend everyone to have a correlation between this and this. So you need to prepare this strategy and it will help you best if you could follow the same correlation in here and here. So that what will happen is, at any point of time, everything will be integrated. So in the first summary sheet, you have decided to give 123 hours for accounting, 123 hours for accounting. In accounting, when you fill the number of hours. Some people choose to fill it, some people are not filling it. But when you fill the number of hours, it should be equivalent to 123 hours. And here she was focusing mostly on this planner. So she built it and she's trying to adhere to this, all this. So 3 slots, 3 different subjects. So initially she took up IT and business information system. See, first chapter she wanted only 3 slots. Next chapter she wanted 6 slots. So it's not about blindly saying, I'll give 2 slots per chapter. That is not how exactly it works. Depending on how much you wanted to spend time and how good are you with the topic, it's completely customized. And this is the only mentorship plan which will help you to do this customization. And if you look at somebody else, this is Priya Shetty. This is Priya Shetty. If you look at her, she has added the average marks component, and you need to prioritize it in every chapter. This priority is based on the average marks. So let's say something, she has given 60 marks, but this is not the case. This has to be modified. This is not the case. So initially what we are doing is, when somebody is joining, for the first couple of weeks, we are only asking them to do whatever is possible at every interval. These are the sheets which I have kept for review today. So I have not corrected the mistakes yet. That's the reason why I'm showing you the raw things. So initially we'll ask you and encourage you to do what is needed. So once you do this, will help you in identifying the mistake. So this is a mistake which I'll recommend, which I'll ask her to change. And there are certain things which needs to improve. Let's say company audit. So when you're having something for 10 days, we'll recommend a revision slot. So after 10 days, you'll tend to forget what you studied in the first day. So if some chapter is taking more than 4 days, we'll include a revision slot. So one would be revision slot Sida. That is how we look at it. And essays, it need not be like this. It has to be very specific. So I'll recommend this about this. So this way, from the basic tracker which we will build, we'll try to make it very fine-tuned and perfect, okay? And Gaurav is working. So Gaurav is working. So he has distributed each and every chapter in this manner. He has some issues with implementation. So let's say he has a question here. So now in the tracker itself, he started with strategic management. He completed it recently. So he wanted to start with auditing. So he raised a question on May 16th and we have answered it on WhatsApp. So everybody is playing their own game. Here he took up accounts in the early morning slot. See, I was recommending 6 to 8 a.m. for all. So he was working. So he wanted to study 3 hours, not just 2 hours, because he don't have this slot. He cannot study much in the second and third slots. So he has included this 5 to 8. He wanted to complete much of the portion before itself. So he has planned it accordingly. All of it. So Vaishnavi is yet to update this, and this is yours, right?
Yes, sir.
Now, Pehle, you have decided that you wanted 14 hours for this chapter. So 14, 28, 31, 34, 38, 46, 48, 51. So far to the extent you wanted, you have filled up for 50 hours, okay? And then out of this 50 hours, you are going to cover what? 60 to 70% of the marks. So this is a decent bet. And you are focusing mostly on A-grade topics, that's fine. This is about accounts. And auditing, the number of hours you are looking for is 61. I would say you need to take at least 75 hours for auditing. So 61 might not be sufficient for you. I'll suggest you once we go to the final test. So that is what it is. ITSM, if you are pretty good at it already, 40 plus 40 hours to do. But if you think that you are slightly not up to the mark, you are still stuck at the 30-35 corridor, I'd recommend flat 50 hours each, 50-50 each. And 50-50, 40 hours for preparation, 10 hours for writing, 10 hours only for writing. I'll make you write 3 to 4 tests. And this test is not about writing it, correcting it. We're not bothered about it. The test is mostly about understanding what you are remembering. In fact, at the initial stage, I wanted to do all that RTP even before completing the syllabus, because I wanted you to know what is the architecture of ICAI question. How is it framing a question? Okay, that way it will work. And this is also fine. Okay, this you're looking at some 30-33 hours. You have not included business environment. If you include another 6 hours, it will run to 40 hours. Decent plan. So we need some slight improvements. And if you include average marks, which I'll be sharing it to you, once you include average marks, then the priority becomes far more refined. So priority depends on the average marks, and also understand it has a catch here. So if you are spending 10 hours on a chapter which is giving you 8 marks, okay. But if there is another chapter where you have to spend only 5 hours, but you'll get 6 marks, this chapter becomes a priority because 5 hours is giving you 6 marks. Aram se.
Right.
So it has to look at both the qualitative aspect in terms of the value addition per hour. Also, see, at the same time, if every chapter is giving only 2 marks, so it will be difficult for you to build so many 2-mark blocks. You need some solid block, 16 marks block, then 3 to 4 8 marks block, and then 1 or 2 4-mark block. So total 40, 45 marks. That's it. Then B category, then C category. That is how you build your tracker. And mentor updates. Let's say yesterday you mentioned about that problem in accounting, and then today you discussed about auditing. You just need to keep updating here. You need to keep updating all your problems and understand this. What will happen is, if you keep listening to your brain all the time, it's like a crybaby. I have a 2-month-old daughter. As long as I cater to her crying, she will keep on crying because she wants that attention. She wants that attention. But at some point of time, if I leave her alone, she'll stop crying. At some point of time, she'll stop crying because nobody's addressing it. The same thing happens to your thoughts. If to a level, they need some attention. After that, just ignore it. Okay, you're studying at 2:30. You get a thought that you're feeling sleepy. If you listen to it, you might think about alternatives. Okay, you're feeling sleepy. Should I sleep? Should I take a nap for half an hour? If you go into all this, it's an endless process. You're feeling sleepy. Okay, get up and then wash your face. That's it. Next, you're reading IT. It's boring. You just have to say, of course it's boring. Of course it is boring. What is there? It's not a novel. And you still have to continue it. So we strongly encourage not to get carried away by each and every issue. So there are some issues which have to be sorted for sure, but you need to understand that not everything needs to be solved. Not everything needs to be solved. So that way, you will be able to understand how exactly should you be looking at it, how exactly should you be looking at the concerns. So we'll help you with this. So this is a real-time query system. And apart from that, we will provide you a link where once you post a query in that link, we'll solve it in 24 hours. So that is for only serious queries which need immediate attention, where you cannot handle it any longer. So you have multiple ways of reaching out to us on a real-time basis. And this tracker, see, last edited was 3 minutes ago. You can literally see the changes which are made. As simple as that. This is how it works. And this tracker is locked for you. Nobody else can see, only you and me. Nobody else can do anything about this. So that way, you're safe. Even if you're writing some queries, even if you don't want others to follow your preparation, it absolutely works. But here we are working on an open system. See, even this webinar is being recorded. So next time if somebody comes and asks for how exactly, I think I have showed you a PET video, right? 1.5 hour video initially.
Yes. Sir.
So even that was a recorded video, because before you sit for this, if you watch it, it's useful. Now this is recorded. Now somebody comes, before they sit for 1-to-1, this will help. So that way, there are certain open components which are helpful for all. At the same time, not everybody should know what is happening on a day-to-day basis. It's a blank tracker, it's fine. These are trackers which are not completely reviewed. It's okay. But there are certain things where people mention their personal problems. So though that way, we're very specific that only if the person who we are talking to would know about it. So we are trying to use the overall dynamics of knowing the big data to solve important problems. So if you look at this particular, you had an issue with understanding the weightage for auditing. Now somebody has mentioned this particular weightage. So the total of this weightage is 113, fair enough. In some cases, the total weightage is hitting 140, 150. The reason being, they're picking up the weightage of internal control system for one attempt and something else from a different attempt. What will happen is the overall weightage gets skewed. So now when you are trying to do the average, you're doing your research and then we are mixing average of 10 averages. so that it gets pinpointed. Okay, here somebody gave 8 marks. We cross-verified. We got 7 marks. Somebody said 8 marks. Somebody got 6 marks. So when you look at all the averages, the average boiled down to 7.5 marks. So you'll know for sure that it comes to 7.5 marks. Okay, this is how the ecosystem will work. And in the May planner, so in the current May planner, you're able to see this, right?
Yes, sir.
So apart from the study slot, once it is done, you have to mention it is done or not. And you need to mention about your revision also. Every 1 hour studies will have only 50 minutes of actual study, 5 minutes revision, and 5 minutes break. You don't have to do anything. You just have to calmly sit. You have to calmly sit for 5 minutes. It's relaxation. So 50 plus 5 plus 5. This is how exactly your each hour works. So when you're studying from 9 to 12, you're having an hourly revision from 9:50 to 9:55, and then you're having a slot revision, first revision, and then second revision, and the same for 3 slots, 3 revisions, hourly revision, slot revision, overall revision. So we are having 5 revisions in total, and next day you're re-revising it. We call it revision, previously revision. So you will revise it so many times that you feel very comfortable with the subject, and you don't even feel the need for a separate revision. You don't have to worry about your memory problems, because we have taught you some memory techniques also. If you miss that, I'll share you the PPT and also the video. So all of it. So we are building it in this dimension. So what else is with the information available to you? With the information available to you. Any other questions in this tracker before we wind up?
Sir, I wanted to know, like I have in all these trackers, each individual of each and every person individually have put up a few chapters according to the grade priority list with them, and then they're spending time on them. So, according to you, which chapter, in your opinion, should be like a chapter which should be given 5 hours, and we are putting 10 hours or 7 hours for that. So, if you would tell us, this chapter requires only 5 hours, so you can give more than 5 hours to the chapter. So that time would be very helpful.
Yes. So it's a very good question, because at some point of time you need a standard answer. It's not that we leave everything to random. So like the document I have shared you in the WhatsApp today, we have clearly noted out a chapter name, weightage, hours. So it was very defined. It's not very random for you. So we are telling you these are A priority topics. This topic need X amount of hours, and when you spend X amount of works, this is the total you'll get in the exam. So this priority A, where we are covering 40 marks, is predefined. It's done. You have to. It will be beneficial to you if you stick to it. Now coming to the priority B, the next 30 marks to 35 marks. When you're talking about this, again, you might be comfortable with amalgamation. You might be comfortable with partnership. You might be comfortable with internal control system. You might be comfortable with functional strategy. So you might need 2 hours of functional strategy. But for somebody who is coming from a vernacular medium, who is not comfortable with strategic management as a concept, he understands accounts very simply. But for him to study this particular chapter in strategic management, he might need 10 hours. It's
right.
Nobody is giving importance. No size fits all. That is exactly. I have a lot of respect for all the mentorship programs. Whoever does it for whatever exam it is. But this is my biggest concern. How can you throw a same timetable to everyone? How can it even work? See, as a reference framework, of course, yes. But if you're looking at specific pinpointed suggestions, it's like doctor giving a single prescription to all the patients. See, everybody is going to a gynecologist, but he just can't throw a single prescription to all the women, right? Without even knowing what the problem is. There are pregnant women, there are people who are trying to get pregnant, multiple problems. The same way, there are when you're trying to learn something, there are specific problems. Somebody has problem with theory, somebody has problem with memory, somebody has problem with maintaining their momentum, different problem. We cannot throw a single timetable and say that follow it blindly. Of course, see, it works better than not having anything in a way. It works in a way. But if you're looking at refinement, looking at the kind of technology access we have, and most importantly, it depends on what are you trying to convey. Like every product has something. Now, we are not interested in playing the volume game. We are interested in enhancing the depth of user experience. We are a deep tech startup. So we are trying to land ourselves in the place of Byju's and Unacademies. So we are looking into those type of startups. So when you look at it, user experience is very important. But for others, if you want to play the short-term game, if you just want to enroll 100, 200, 300, 400 students by offering at dead cheap prices, that's a different game. So now that's the reason why we are not worried about spending all this extra time. If I see, we have been doing this for 1 hour. If I spend the same 1 hour on counseling 10, 20 students, I'll get 3 to 4 enrollments directly. So, right. But then the point is, that is one way of model. But here, when we explain something to the depth, when we explain something in such a way that the individual gets complete, it's like a well-fitted customized suit. So that's the ideology. So it's better if you can make the most out of this program. But having said that, we'll provide you a standard reference framework. Like the way I have showed you the screen just now. So now you have an issue with auditing, right? So when you have an issue with this auditing, we'll tell you, okay, these are the reference template. Okay, you might have to change. You might need a different schedule for this. But the point is, roughly it will come for 8 marks. Roughly it will come for. These are all fair figures. These are not exaggerated figures, fairly enough. But before you blindly believe in it, test it. Try to check it. Because it's not about the numbers. It's about the process. When you refer 3 question papers, it's not about the answers which you picked up from RTP. You understand the questioning pattern of ICAI. Much before you started the actual preparation, you understood the questioning pattern. So this is how we are kind of evolving stuff, okay?
Okay.
So what you can do is, there could be still some gaps, that's okay. With the extent of information available to you right now, go ahead and start working on a tracker for 3 days. And spend only 1 hour per subject when you find some time. It's not that you take out separate time for building a tracker. So tomorrow, pick up 3 chapters of your choice. Tomorrow, 1 chapter from accounts, auditing, and strategic management. Plot it. So plot 9 slots first. For the first 3 days, plot it. And then try to build the rest of the tracker. So one way of preparation is not effective. And second thing, you're working on how exactly your competence level is there right now. So keep on incremental process. Don't try to complete it at once, because what you said is right. It's difficult to fill everything at once. You're bad at filling forms. Everybody's bad at filling forms. So nothing to worry about that part. Okay. So what we'll do is, next interaction would be after 3 days, where you tell me that you have implemented these 3 slots for 3 days and bring me a fresh set of problems, like something different from what we had discussed right now. New set of problems. Okay? Right. Clear?
Okay, sir.
All right then.
Yes.
So I hope this helps, and you can confidently start with this 3-day plan. Okay? No issues. Whatever happens, that's okay. Don't look for 100% efficiency. We are ready to accommodate this in the upcoming days. Even if you commit some mistakes, even if there is some lapse in memory and concentration, that's okay. We'll make it up. But you need to ensure that you sit for the 3 hours strictly. 50 minutes, 5 minutes study hour, 5 minutes break. 50 minutes, 5 minutes study hour, 5 minutes break. After 3 hours, 15 minute revision. Then break. Same.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
All that custody then. Okay? I'm winding it up now. So, fine.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.